Despite the fact that Queen Elizabeth II was in her very advanced years, her death shocked the world. The public have not been given any details about the passing of the British Queen. How she spent her last moments, what did she expect and what did she regret? A month ago a book was published in the UK which sheds light on all these questions. Among other things, it includes the most intimate details of Elizabeth's last days at Balmoral Castle, as told by her personal physician. Queen Elizabeth's last days. The details of the Queen's death and many other facts have been carefully laid out in his new book, Elizabeth. An Intimate Portrait, by royal writer Giles Brandreth. He was formerly a Conservative MP in the House of Commons. After his political career ended, he returned to work as a journalist. This was his main profession. Brandreth is very well known for his publications on the royal family. His books on them include Philip and Elizabeth, A Portrait of Marriage and Charles and Camilla, A Portrait of a Love Affair. The latter book about the late Queen Elizabeth includes the views of many who knew her very well, including her personal doctors and close family members. The writer himself is considered a friend of the royal family. The Queen's personal physician, who was by her side until her last breath, was Dr. Ian Greenshields. His comments are included in Brandreth's work. Greenshields spent her last weekend with the Queen virtually unattended. They talked a lot. Elizabeth was sustained by her Christian faith and had no regrets. The Queen was well aware that her days on this earth were numbered and accepted this with all the dignity that was inherent in her. She dutifully waited for it to happen. Doctors suspect that the sudden deterioration in Elizabeth's health that has become so noticeable of late may have been due to a form of bone marrow cancer. There is no way to verify these claims now, everything is left to conjecture. Why did Elizabeth want to leave as soon as possible? The revelations Brandreth recounted in his book do not end with the details of the Queen's illness. He also wrote about how hard it was for Elizabeth to bear the passing of her husband Philip. She really wanted to be by his side in his last moments, but he passed away so quietly and quickly in his sleep that the Queen wasn't even woken in time. The Queen was grieving so much that she could barely come to her senses. To distract herself from her bad thoughts, she even started watching a comedy television show. Brandreth also told the touching story of how fondly the Queen remembered her participation in the television sketch Platinum Jubilee. During it she had tea with Paddington Bear at Buckingham Palace. They shared a marmalade sandwich, which she kept in her purse. Queen Elizabeth called it incredibly funny. She was so fantastically, almost childishly delighted that it was kept secret for some time until it was finally made public. As it turned out, even the powerful are no strangers to the human condition.